What is up, everybody? How's it going? Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Today, I want to rant about limited run games and discuss my opinion and the controversies regarding limited run games. Just in past controversies and news stories and different stuff I've heard. But if you haven't learned of limited run games, it is a store where you can buy physical video games in limited run quantities, hence the name. So the whole idea of it is that you order a game and it'll take many months, maybe years, depending on if you buy the standard or collector's edition, to receive your package or your deliveries or your video games. And I actually have bought a few games of limited run in the past, usually games I really want. I only have one to show you, just because I don't buy that many limited run games, but also there's going to be more shipping in later months. And so I only have one game, and that is Curse to Golf for the Nintendo Switch. This is number 195 out of their Nintendo Switch collection, I think. So it's really cool that I got this. I actually played a little bit on this on the PS5 because I think it was a free PS Plus extra game. So I'm really huge golfing fan. I've played golfing games a lot, especially arcade video games, Stickman Golf. If you guys ever remember playing that video game back in 2013, 2014, the height of its popularity, it was really cool to play that game. But this is kind of like not like Stickman Golf. This is just a game where you try to go from top to bottom, or from bottom to top, and in this instance from hell to the ground up, and work your way and play golfing all the way up. Anyways, it's really cool that I received this. Again, this is sealed, as you can tell by the shrink wrap. Let me see if I can get, yeah, you can kind of see that it is still shrink wrapped. Now, I actually really love video games and love limited run games itself. I love the idea that I can pre-purchase something and that I don't have to worry about the cost of when it ships. I already prepaid for it. That is one thing I love in life. Now, people might disagree. People might want to pay for when they actually get the product and actually receive it and see if it's actually worth the money. But the thing is, with this business and what it constitutes as pre-ordering a game that hasn't come out yet physically, you kind of have to sign up and agree to the terms for limited run games. There's a lot of controversy in regards to getting a game very late. And I think that it's a big deal for a lot of people because they want to play their games right now. And I'll get to that in a minute. But the thing is, I love the idea of just paying for a video game and having it paid off, and then I get the video game later on. I don't have to worry about the shipping costs. I don't have to worry about the price later on when I don't have the money. It's better just to pay it off immediately. That's kind of like why I like to pre-order games and pay it off immediately. For example, when I go to Best Buy, it's best to put it on a gift card and then use that gift card to pay for the purchase. So that way I don't have to pay for it later. It's already on the gift card itself. The same thing is with GameStop, and kind of why I like them as well. Even though I haven't ordered a game from GameStop in years, it's really cool that I have the option to put money down on a pre-order, pay it off immediately, and then when it comes to pre-order release date, I can go pick it up. It's already paid in full. Don't have to worry about it. So that's one of the things I love about limited run. People might disagree, like I said. They might like paying for the product later when it ships, but the thing is, I don't really like that method in a way, just because I just like to get it over with. I'm not really a big procrastinator. I get things done immediately when I'm in college or in schooling. When there was a big essay coming up and we had the whole semester to do it, I would already finish it a month before the semester ended. Now, I didn't finish it immediately, but I finished all of it. So, for example, I'm going to get on a little side tangent. In college, I was a class where I had to write 12 papers. But the thing is, you get to choose, I think, 9 out of the 12. And so what I did, or sorry, I think we had 30 papers to write. And you could choose any of the 12 out of 30 to write. So what I did is just, I hunkered down, and what I did is write those 12 papers right off the bat. I think I skipped the 12th and did on the 13th. But either way, I just got it done and over with. And that's kind of like what I like in life, is that I really love the idea of just paying things off and then receiving it later without an expense later on. And that's why I love limited run games, because I just love the idea I can get a game later. I don't have to worry about the cost later on, and I can just receive it. But the controversy with a lot of people is that they hate the idea and don't like waiting for the game. The thing is, they want to play the game now. Now, I am very, very much against this whole idea of that, because if you really want to play a game, I would suggest to buy it digitally or buy it through another marketplace. Limited run games is not the place to play games immediately. Let me repeat that for a lot of people. Limited run games is not the place to buy video games to play immediately. The reason why, like I said, I buy games from limited run is that I get to pay it off, and I know. Sorry, I got a notification for updating apps on my Mac. Anyways, is that I know I can play the games later on, and I will receive them. It's not because I want to play the games now. If I want to play a game right now, I can easily buy it digitally, download it within an hour, and play it right then. That's not why I'm here for limited run games. The reason why I'm here for limited run games is that I can receive the game later on. I know I'm guaranteed the product because it's within their obligation as a business. And I'm always guaranteed that product. Now, if something goes wrong with shipping, if something is going wrong with packaging, sure. It's not really necessarily their fault, because it's up to the shipping company. Once the item gets in hands to UPS, FedEx, UPS, USPS, whatever, they have no obligation. Now, they can fix and refund and even replace the order if something goes wrong in shipping. But the thing is, they will guarantee that product gets to your house no matter what. And it's really cool that I love this idea as a business. Now, the thing is, I am obligated, and I think everyone should be obligated to have patience when you buy limited run games. In this instance, you're going to be waiting months, maybe even years, because especially if you buy a big collector's edition, there's a lot of different pieces that go into that. You get a soundtrack, you may get a blanket, you may get a figurine, you maybe get an art book. There's a lot of different variables from different companies to match and align to bring it in to that specific date. Now, they not be able to hit that target date, especially for the collector's edition, because they might have 60% of the order right and already filled. But the thing is, there's some other company that has to align, and they may have 60% on that target date, but they need more time from the other companies to build that. And so when you buy a collector's edition, that's kind of what you're waiting for. And people get really mad because they're like, where's my product? I paid for this. Where's my product? Now, the thing is, it's estimated date that limited run games does give. And so if you are anticipating that exact date, I wouldn't count on it. It's around that time frame. They expect something to happen in April. It might take maybe till May or June. It might take a little more. But the thing is, where it's not okay is when they say, okay, well, I'm going to make up a random date. Let's say April 13th, or it's going to be around April 2023. But the thing is, if you haven't seen a shipping update since January of 2024, yeah, then something's a little bit wrong there. Where it's like, okay, well, why is it taking this such time? Now, I would get a few months or 3 or 4 months extra. Sure, they need a little bit more time. Now, I would get frustrated of like it's 8+ months later than the estimated date. That is a lot of time to wait for a product. I get that. But the thing is, with limited run, they give you a huge estimated time in terms of amount of months. For example, if you buy a game in February, it's probably estimated you'll probably receive it around October, November of that year. Probably not that long, but either way, it's going to be a huge amount of time frame for you to wait. Why? Because they have to process the game. They have to make the game. It's not like they have inventory on hand. They do for some events, but not for everything. And that's what people get confused by, I think, is that for some games, like old games and stuff, might have inventory they have on hand because it didn't sell that well, or they oversold and people canceled the products, or maybe it's this essential event where they have games already produced. But most of the time, of what I've seen, when you order a game, that game still hasn't. By the time you hit that pre-order button, it hasn't even hit production line yet, and it takes many months to build this. Because let's say they have 200,000 copies of a game they have to produce, and each game is like what 40 to 80 gigabytes, depending on which game it is and what system. Let's say PS4, PS5, that can easily be from 60 to 100 gigs, just off the top of my head. And 60 to 80 gigabytes or 100 takes a lot of time to process to one disc alone. Imagine for 200,000. It takes many, many months and a lot of time to produce everything. And so once they do, then they push it to everyone. And the thing is that people don't understand is that they take this much time to just push everything out and just to have everything. And people need to realize that. But I'm not here to dog on anyone. I get that people don't have patience, but also I need people to understand that they should have some patience when ordering from limited run games. If you don't want to wait or have a shorter wait time, maybe orders from PlayAsia. A good example is Lollipop Chainsaw. I ordered Lollipop Chainsaw. Got some bikes going around me. Anyways, Lollipop Chainsaw I ordered from Limited Run Games. People have ordered it from PlayAsia. But the thing is, you can either get the Japanese copy and get it many weeks or months earlier, or you can do the English version with Limited Run and get it a few months later. It's your choice. But the thing is, I went with Limited Run Games because I just think that it's better to wait for the product and just to receive it later on, better than just having it right away. If you want it right away, why not just buy digital? I mean, I get that you want a physical release, but also it's going to be in Japanese, you know? So I think there's just a lot of controversy there. And I think that why I just love Limited Run Games so much, again, is not only I get to pay stuff off, but also they are very transparent. They have a lot of good support teams that can answer your questions and support either through their Discord or sending a civil message to their support center on their website. They usually respond within 24 to 48 hours. And so it's really, really cool that the support they have. Now, 7 years ago, 5 years ago, it may have not been the same. They have gone a lot better since back then, because I know a lot of people have complained about the customer service back then. But personally, I just think that it's better to wait for a game and just have it later on in a game that they promised. And I think that when ordering from limited run games, people need to have this expectation. Not only it's within the rules, but it's within the EULA and the contract within the website itself, stating that they have no obligation to give you a game immediately, that you must have time for them to produce the game. And so that's kind of like what I think people should have in mind is realistic expectations. You shouldn't expect the game to be within your hands within 2 months, one or even weeks, when ordering a limited run video game, or even a product, depending on what you buy. And so I just think that you need to have expectations to receive it down the line. Now, don't get me wrong, you will receive the product. It just might be within the time frame you think it is. I think it's important just to receive it later on. And that's why I kind of like the idea of limited run games, because I'm still guaranteed the product later on, and I can wait. I have lots of games in my backlog I can finish in the meantime. I haven't played every video game. I have a job, and I have a lot of things on my mind to keep me busy to play hundreds of video games throughout my lifetime. I mean, I still have to finish Red Dead Redemption 2, Cyberpunk, Watch Dogs 1, the Yakuza games. I have to finish the Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I still haven't beaten that. I still have to finish all these other games, maybe even platinum some of them. I have a lot of other games to finish. It's not like this limited run game is the bane of your existence if you don't have it right now. At least not for me. I have a huge backlog of games, and I can't wait to finish them in the meantime, and I am no rush to receive this game. My happiness is that I get to receive the game, and I'm really happy that I will later on. And the happiness comes is when I get this game, and I get to experience it in its full beauty later on, and I'm not expecting to receive it right now. If I wanted to receive it right now, I could buy it digitally right now. Or I could do from PlayAsia or some other third-party marketplace that sells limited run games. But the thing is, I like buying them from them myself because I am guaranteed a product and they do a good job. Now, my experience so far, I think I ordered 2 or 3 games from them. I haven't regretted any of my decisions so far. They haven't messed up with the packaging. They haven't messed up with anything. They do a good job, and I think that it's really cool to receive products from them because the whole idea of why I love limited run games is that they have the term forever physical. And for me, as a physical collector, I think that that's really important that they stay alive because physical games need to live on. With a digital gaming industry that is happening right now and that has been happening, it's really cool that I can buy these video games physically and that I get to own them forever. Because true ownership is important. Now, I'm not here to rant more about physical versus digital, but it's really cool that I get to actually receive physical video games from a retailer and that I can get a full-on product on the disc. I mean, right now, I can play Crystal Golf, no internet, straight from this cartridge itself on my Switch. There's no internet required, and I hope to cherish this forever because even if I'm 60 and there's no internet, let's say, and we're in the post-apocalyptic, I'm just making it a hypothetical, never going to happen. But let's say the internet goes out and I have Cursed Golf. Man, I get to play this right off the cartridge and I never have to purchase it again. Because as long as I have that copy, man, I get to play that forever. And that's the beauty of limited run games, I think, is that people don't miss out. It's the beauty of buying from them is that it's kind of like GOG. It's like you're promised that game forever. And I think that's why it's really cool to buy from them because they have a ton of physical video games you can buy and a large selection every single week. I mean, right now they're doing the Yakuza series. Now, I probably won't buy the whole series. I don't have the money for that. But even if I did, it's so cool that they get to offer the whole Yakuza series over again. Because the thing is, yes, the Yakuza series has been on physical. I mean, I'll share later, but I bought the remastered collection. And it's really cool that they're redoing this. I have the option to buy Yakuza Zero right now. Now, I might not receive it till next year, but it doesn't matter. I get to have it physically in my collection forever. It might be a little bit more, but the thing is, I get to support them. And I think that's really, really cool that I do. Sorry, an email notification just came in. I'm not the best at notifications on my computer, but whatever. I'm not the most popular streamer. I don't intend to be. Anyways, the point is that I love limited run games. They do a really good job. They have a good mission statement. And I love the idea that I could pay for a product and totally receive it later down the line. Now, if I didn't receive it at all, yes, I would be really, really pissed off. And I bet some people have. But it's really, really, very rare that I've seen people lose packages in the game and get delayed. It's probably, I've seen, I don't know, 20 cases out of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, you know? So, I mean, those are those ones I heard on YouTube. And there might be a little bit more, but it's really, really rare to find people without their games, you know? So, anyways, let me know if you guys have heard of limited run games, if you like them, if you even disagree with me, go ahead. But this is just my rant about why I like them, and I think that people should have an expectation to receive the games later down the line, and please have patience. It takes time to produce these games. It's not like they're going to produce them in weeks and give them to you. No, it takes time, and that's why I think it's important for me. Now, I am fine with waiting. Like I said, I have a huge backlog, but if you guys have any limited run games, let me know. If you, I don't know if anyone's I want to buy off the top of my head. I know I'm waiting for Hi-Fi Rush. I think that hasn't seen a physical, but it will eventually. I don't know if how soon, but it will be soon. So I can't wait for that. In terms of other video games, I regret not buying from limited run games. There's not much. I am signed up for the new newsletter, so I do get updates here and there about what new games have come out. But in terms of games that I already already gotten from them, it's kind of a few. I only got Crystal Golf, I got Arcade Paradise, and I think I got one other. And I have a few coming in. If you have following in the past few months about what's games that have been selling, you know the games I'm going to be getting in the future, especially around Christmas time. So, hopefully that all makes sense. And I'm just doing a whole rant about this, a huge long rant. But it's just what I have on my mind about limited run games. And if you guys just have any comments, let me know. But other than that, guys, with lots and love and respect, guys, I will see you later, and peace out and bye.